As I was saying, only we Nigerians can solve our problem. And I said, we thought that some people are Democrats. Now, we see them in their true, very color. That they are fascists in the form of Mussolini, Stalin, and others. In fact, I would want to say that they look worse than Pharaoh. And they forgot history. They forgot the biblical and the Quranic explanation of how Pharaoh himself got killed. Pharaoh was told that a son may be born, and that son will succeed him in power. You know, Pharaoh anointed himself and said he was God. And God gave him time, long rope, to tie himself. And Pharaoh ordered that any time a male child is born in his kingdom, that he should be slaughtered, such that there will be nobody, no male child will be alive to inherit his throne. So, what did happen? God, in his infinite wisdom, Moses was delivered and was put on the river in a basket. And some people rescued that child and brought to Pharaoh. And Pharaoh wanted to order that Moses be slaughtered. But the wife, whom he loved so much, said she wanted this child. The long story is that even when Pharaoh had instincts that that child may be the one that was in the biblical saying or the Quranic saying, and tried him severally, even putting fire and sugar in case he's the one that he will pick the other one. He went and picked fire and put inside his mouth and burnt his tongue. Now, he said, no, this may not be the one they are talking about. But of course, God knew what he was doing. So, the end of the story is that Moses became the one that will drown Pharaoh in the river Nile and succeeded him. I'm drawing this analogy to show to those that will hear, to show to those that think no Nigerian will contest elections with them. And I dare say that there would be a Moses and Pharaoh that will contest election with the APC and defeat the APC roundly. They so forgot that in the past, very contemporary history, that we had leaders that thought they were indefeatable and that nobody could remove them from power and stifled the opposition. If they have sense of history, they should have known that in the very house called the villa that they live, such people were removed from God by God in a blink of an eye. Didn't it happen? Who said that he spoke with God and said it may not happen again? Is there any of you here? Now, You know, it will be shameful to some of you seated here that at my age, well above 75, that I'm still in the trenches fighting for democracy. I presume that you are gathered here and today make a covenant with the Nigerian people. In your resolution, I expect you to say, come rain, come shine, we must democratically, through the ballot box, remove this bad government. The ball is in our court. And oftentimes, I had been asked during press, print, and electronic media of one or two things. One of which is that the APC will not allow anybody to contest with them because they know they are so unpopular that even if a coffin, let's forget a corpse, even if a coffin is put against them, that coffin can defeat all the incumbents in government today. And they said, and I said, since 1.5 years, I was in the press saying that Tinubu will try to stifle the political parties, that Tinubu wants to run as a sole candidate in Nigeria. And today, you know it is happening. And one of the meetings I'm going is as a result of what judgments that were delivered on Wednesday and Thursday. To any clever man, you should have known that a booby trap was set for ADC, to which most of us here belong. You are at Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court tells you, go back to the first court of instance, that is the High Court. You file brief, your opponent files brief, the court sets a date. Can that be done before the end of May? So if it can't be done, and successfully the judge delivers a judgment before the end of May, can the ADC have a candidate? Do we need a soothsayer to tell us that it's not possible? We don't have. So some of us believe that we have to look for alternatives. And in looking for the alternatives, we had what they are doing. One of the alternatives we were considering, they had gone to plant 2 presidential candidates that will make it impossible for the party to arrive at consensus. That is one. The other alternative of producing a candidate is direct primaries. And direct primaries is impossible for any political party in this country, even including the APC itself. But they are in power. They can call people and direct them to step down for their anointed candidates. Maybe they are in-law, maybe they are brother, because it has to be in-house. All their candidates are in-house candidates, or friends of governors that looted, that they thought will close their nyash. But the opposition, as Democrats, we may allow direct primaries. And the story is that you cannot hold direct primaries in 8,000 plus wards across the country. And even if you do start to do, they can send the security people and hooligans to go and disrupt the process such that the opposition party will never be allowed to produce a candidate. So their dream of a single candidate for the presidency and for some governors will now be achieved. They thought we are fools. And the other party that we are looking at, they have already sat yesterday and took a decision that they will go to court as early as Monday, if there is work, to try to stop us from going there. I assure you that if you invest your trust in us as leaders, we must find a way for getting our anointed candidates planted into the ballot. The only thing is that we ourselves have to act smart. And I'm sure our leaders are smart people. So, as from Monday, when our leaders declare on which platform they will run, I want to tell you that one of two things will happen. And I'm here to guide you of your response to what will happen. First, they will sponsor columnists. Two, that they will deploy social media influencers to start attacking our candidates. For all of you that are in the social media, for all of you that use the mighty pen, you must be prepared to respond to anything they are going to say. Anything under the sun that they may say about our leaders that we know very well, people of integrity, people of honor. We must count them. We must count them with the ferociousness that is needed of an intelligent man. I'm sorry to bring in something that is not on the table, but I'm doing it as an example. You know the US and the Iran war. The US attacked and Israel attacked first and Iran responded. The analogy I'm going to draw here is that don't call anybody any name until they call our leaders names. Then we will respond with the greatest might of intellect on us, in us. You know, if you have a shop, you wouldn't want a fire to start. These are people that are living in their comfort positions, and they want to start a war. We will help them add kerosene. We are already lying flat on the floor. Are we afraid to fall? Are we afraid to fall? So over to them. I know that in this city, we have security people. They have maligned, detained our leaders in the past. That was first phase, but they are still on. Secondly, They have decimated all our platforms. SDP, PDP, ADC, NNPP, PRP, all they have decimated. This is the second phase. The third phase is that if we are not careful, as desperate as these people are, they may even start to kill or assassinate some of our leaders. Put it on record that I said so. If anything happens to any of our leaders from ward, local government, state, and national, please don't wait for any explanation. Just accuse them. Because in their desperation, there is nothing they cannot do. I am wondering, somebody collected nearly 34 governors. You have the security agencies at your disposal. You have the federal mine. You have the CBN. You have the Ministry of Finance. You have everything. Yet, you are afraid of running an election with an opponent. Did you perform well if you are afraid that much? So they themselves know that they have done nothing except bringing hardship, hunger, and every negative thing in life to the peoples of this country. And they know the verdict of the people. Today, in this country, I challenge each and every one of us that is here in this country, go and carry a survey of who the people should vote for. The other time, the occupant of the villa commissioned the survey across this country. Poll, public opinion poll. One of them suggested that he can only win 18%. And one of them suggested that he can win as high as 22%. I even dispute that if there is a credible poll, he cannot score more than 5%. If we allow him, we hear they say, if you go to radio stations in Kano, their supporters tell us that they don't need to go to the polls, that they will write the results, they will take, and he himself said that you snatch, you take, you run, you kill, you lose. Didn't he say so? So I'm alerting the international community with the kind of persons that we are dealing with. So, salvaging a country from the hands of fascists like this is not a small thing. It needs sacrifice, it needs strategy, it needs use of intellect. So, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we must be prepared to be in the trenches to safeguard our freedom. Let no one deceive you that it is going to be an easy task. And that during elections, whether I am alive or dead, go to the collection centers with your bottles so there will be no beneficiary. Thank you very much.